Yeah, what up, people? Yeah, today on the facts only, I'm gonna be talking about the Operation Positive Identification that was launched by the Nigerian Army as a nationwide exercise that is going to enable the military officers that will spread across the country as from the first of this month, November 2019 till 23rd of November 2019, I think. So about this Operation Positive Identification that was launched by the Nigerian Army on the order of the president, it has no really tangible reason because number one is that even there hasn't been strong information, or apart from all the noises that they've always been making about defeating Boko Haram, doing this, and in those places that they have said they have defeated Boko Haram, there are still attacks, Boko Harams and terrorists launching attacks on a lot of Nigerians, and they will still be saying that, especially like Mohammed will be telling us that Boko Haram has been defeated, this and that has been happening, which we know that the Nigerian army might be trying, but they haven't gone as far as they said they have gone, right? So the point is that what I personally have seen about this Operation Positive Identification is just to put a lot of pressure on Nigerians. Yeah. Why? Because it seems like they are trying to test the patience of Nigerians and trying to know what Nigerians can take. That's what because from a lot of actions that Buhari is taking these days, they are taking extrajudicial actions. I mean, the things that didn't go according to the law and constitution of Nigeria. Lai Mohammed came out, who is the Minister for Information. He came out to tell the public that they will be regulating social media, or they will be regulating social media or internet media, and the information about the government that is that is being distributed all over social media. Like, people won't be able to be free to say whatever they like about the government on social media anymore. So they have to regulate social media politically. That's number one. And where do they do that? The only place that I know they do that is North Korea, and that place is being ruled by a dictator, right? That means Buhari is also trying to do the same thing here. North Korea is being powered by China, and we also know where the only international backing, or the strongest Buhari's international backing as well. We also know where it's coming from, right? The financial, the military, the everything. We know his backbone. It's just, what I see is that this man is just trying to put pressure on Nigerians and know the limits of the things that they can endure. And if we can take this and we just let it slide, Buhari is going to bring more policies that is going to be propagated that he will be using the Nigerian military to propagate those policies, and we wouldn't be able to say anything. And by 2023, he will be able to bring anything he wants us to accept. But if we can allow all these kind of things to just slide, regulating the social media, and people are not able to say whatever they feel like about the government, or they see that is wrong about the government, anyhow they like, you know, waging a whole lot of restrictions on people, and we can endure it. So that means even if Buhari said he wants to go more than two times, he wants to do more than 2 times, or he's not leaving the office as the president of Nigeria in 2023, what do you think we can do about it? We wouldn't be able to do anything. But a lot of Nigerians are stupid. You know, the game is saying, he dare not try that. If he tried that, what can you do? What would you do? If he's trying, if he's testing you with a little shit, little insult, little disrespect, and you can endure, of course, when he brings the bigger one, of course, you can do anything. If you can't do the little things right, you can do the big things right. Of course, that's number one. And so that's what I've seen about the Operation Positive Identification. And they are not actually trying, I don't see them trying to achieve anything about that. Yeah, that's number one. But what I see is that they are trying to test the patience of the individual Nigerians, and Nigerians as a whole, and the people with voices in Nigeria, to test their strengths. They are challenging them that, okay, let's test them with this, let's test them with this nonsense. Let's see if they are going to take it. And of which someone like Barrister Femi Falana has filed a suit against them, and they still went ahead to to carry out the what's the name, even though the judges are, judges in Nigeria now, they are puppets to Buhari now. They only obey, they only judge based on the orders they are being given by the APC party, or the president himself. So, and secondly, is that Buhari is trying to, with this Operation Positive Identification, it's like Buhari is trying to exercise military dictatorship stylishly. I'm telling you, anything can happen in 2023. Buhari might decide not to leave in 2023 because he is testing the patience of Nigerians with he has tested us with a lot, of course, devaluating naira to half its original value. That was, naira was before 197 naira to a dollar. It's got to, what's the name, Buhari raised it up to 360 naira per dollar. A fuel pump price from 87 naira to 145. We couldn't do anything. I know a lot of all these things like that. We couldn't do anything about all these things. Inflation of a lot of commodities. We couldn't do anything. Bad electricity, bad roads. But all the only thing that Buhari has achieved in the last 4 or 5 years are two things. He has only achieved two things. Number one, news. We have done this. Lagos Ibadan railway line, Ilorin to this and that, Kano to Abuja, blah. Everything are news, news, news. All these things are not working. All we just hear is news all the time. And the second thing that I can say he has achieved, can I say he has achieved it well? He has done that thing, and I think that's the only thing I'm pleased with about the Buhari government. Is shutting down of the borders against rice importation, and people have no option than to be buying the Nigerian grown rice from Nigerian manufacturers and Nigerian factories. So that's the only thing even though people are still smuggling, right? But smuggling is not easy. Either it is legal or not. But the point is still that most of the rice that are available in town, even the ones that seems to be imported, are actually the locally grown ones that were repacked in the bags of imported rice. But that's not where I'm going. But what I see in that is that Buhari is trying to exercise military dictatorship stylishly. He's trying to test us if we can take that dictatorship thing, because I don't think Buhari will agree to live in 2023. I'm not sure. But all the steps he's taking the steps of someone who wants to retain power to himself. That's it. And if he's not retaining power to himself, I am sure that the person that is going to be coming in as the president of Nigeria is going to be his choice, because PDP is having less chances. Well, that's not the whole point of this video. The point of this video is that Buhari is testing Nigerians if they will allow or they will neglect him bringing a military rule again to Nigeria. So he's just trying to test our patience. That's it. That's point number two. And the third point I'm trying to make here is that Buhari is trying to keep everyone intimidated and in a weak position. Right? He's trying to keep us. He's trying to make us give up on our rights, on our freedoms. He wants to frustrate us. He wants to give us some kind of fatigue that everyone is going to feel tired of fighting for his rights. When they frustrate you enough, there's going to be a point that you just surrender. Buhari, just to rule us anyhow you want. Just do whatever you like. That's what he's trying to do, right? But well, there's nothing we can do, of course. Why? Because the people who have the voices are not talking. The likes of Tinubu, and they're not going against whatever he says. Anything Buhari do is right. Anything anyone in APC do is right, according to the likes of Tinubu, who are supposed to be challenging those guys, or the people whom they have helped to power and they are doing the wrong things. They are not challenging them. But I'm still going to make another video that's going to talk about the fate of Tinubu in becoming the president in 2023 over his silence on allowing Buhari to do whatever he likes without him and the party trying to curb him. Well, The fourth point I'm trying to make is that I want to let Nigerians to know is that, or let me say, I'm sure about, is that all these things, the way Buhari is testing Nigerians, testing our patience, testing how much we can endure nonsense from the government, or the things that are violating our human rights from the government, it shows me that I'm 100% sure about this, that fight is going to break up. Oh yes, fight is going to come up between Buhari and Tinubu. That one is sure. I'm 100% bomboclat sure about that. Why? Because all the power is belonging to Buhari now. All the power is belonging to Buhari now, and even APC has two factions. Either they like it or not, they are all trying to act like as if they are one. Tinubu is trying to blind his eyes to that factional thing. But whether you like it or not, yeah, whether you like it or not, it is true. It is true. There is faction. Some people are Buhari loyalists and some are Tinubu's loyalists. And let me tell you, the power that Tinubu has in his hands to be controlling the party, or to be making a lot of the decisions that he's making, is because he has the loyalty of the Senate president. Or let me say, the Senate president is the person who becomes the Senate president is anointed candidate. When the person wants to become the Senate president, of course, Ahmed Lawan is his loyalist, is loyal to Tinubu. Gbajambiya Mila is loyal to Tinubu, and the party chairman, the national party chairman of EPC, which is the ruling party in Nigeria right now, Comrade Adams Oshiomole, is also loyal to Tinubu as well. So when he has all these powers, he's been able to control the party. While he's trying to snatch this power from him, but he didn't want to make it a rough fight. For example, let's look at Fayemi. Fayemi is Buhari loyalist, either Tinubu fans or Tinubu people or Tinubu followers like to hear this or not. But that's the fact. When Rocha Sokorocha said that the numbers of senators should be reduced, Fayemi brought it up that the Senate should be scrapped. Can you imagine, in a democratic government, someone suggesting the Senate should be scrapped? What the fuck? Are you nuts? Can you imagine? Senate should be scrapped. No, that's nonsense. Bumbleclat nonsense. That means that guy is supporting dictatorship. That's it. Dictatorship alone. No excuses. There's no maybe he's trying to say this, maybe this is what it means, maybe this is his own perspective. You want the Senate to be scrapped? You are supporting dictatorship. You are inviting dictatorship. You are inviting the president to be able to make decisions without having anyone to challenge him. That's number one. So you want the president to be ruling alone? No. Well, and the fifth one is that Buhari is trying to. Buhari is not. The fifth point I'm trying to make about this Operation Positive Identification is that Buhari is not trying to test us alone. He's trying to test Tinubu's faithfulness as well. Of course, he's trying to test his faithfulness as well. He's trying to test if he will see the wrong things and challenge those things. Of course, if you can't challenge those things, if you can't challenge someone that is bullying and doing the wrong things against the weak people, and you can't talk, of course, if that means if Buhari actually give the power to you, you might not be able to rule well as well. You might not be able to make the right decisions even if you become the president. So apart from the party amalgamation, and because you guys belong to the same party or whatever, the deal you guys have, any political deal you guys have had before that, maybe after Buhari leaves, I'm going to become the president. Apart from that, Buhari have no good reason, maybe for the betterment of Nigeria or for a good leadership or anything. He has no good reason to assist Tinubu in becoming the president of Nigeria. That's it. No exceptions, no excuses. Of course, because Buhari is making bad decisions. A lot of all these Tinubu's boys, especially Ajimobi. Of course, Ajimobi was a good governor, actually, as a matter of fact, but he made some bad decisions, very very bad, catastrophic, that even sometimes tempts me to overwrite all the good he has done. Why? Because the bad things he has done, the few bad things he did, they are heavy things, and they are almost equating to the amount of to the amount of the good things he has done. And Tinubu couldn't question them. He couldn't rescue the people from the hands of these people. So, well, how do you think that kind of person can make can make a good president as the number one citizen of this country? So Buhari is not just testing us alone; he's testing Tinubu's patience as well. He's testing his strength. He's testing his endurance for nonsense. But and Tinubu is enduring. So let's see to 2023 and see what the trouble that is going to loom. That's what I've got to say about that.